Hello.
How are you?
Great. How are you this morning?
Not too bad.
So this is the group session. Now, for someone like me who's never seen a psychic, let alone a renowned psychic, what happens at this?
Well, I see dead people. So
do you really see them?
Exactly. At the end of the day, they're everywhere. But spirit, everyone has their loved ones on the other side, angels, spirit guides around them, every single one of us. So in the session, its messages will come through for a number of people present that evening. So it could be grandmother, it could be mother-in-law, it could be child or friend's child will come through. And the messages, and even if you don't get read, the messages, the feedback that we get on Facebook and through emails is that it's an amazing night. I mean, you're moved to tears. You know when you get goosebumps sometimes from hearing somebody else's story?
Yes.
That happens throughout the night.
So this is called the Healing Communities Tour. So what is that?
Well, my office is based in Fredericton, and I had a tugging about 3 years ago now to go to the communities. Not everyone from Sydney, Nova Scotia can travel to Fredericton for a private session. And especially in communities like Sydney, if there's a loss within that community, many people feel that loss. So not just to come and heal one person in my office, but actually to come to the community to help heal that community.
What kind of powers are we talking about here? What's with you?
I can't make anything move or levitate.
How long has this been something you've been able to do?
Yeah, it's really, I believe that we're all intuitive. So I truly believe that we all have intuition, just like we can all sing. We can't all sing really, really good, but we can sing.
We try.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean, right?
Yes.
And for me, this is what's tuned in. This is what I'm tuned into. It's the highest frequency for me. So ever since I was a little girl, I saw spirits around at the end of my bed. I described a family member when I was 2 years old in complete detail that I'd never met. They died before I was born. I described what they were wearing the day of their funeral. I described a nickname. My mother's name is Marguerite. Everyone calls her Peggy, but her brother, who died when she was 14, was the only person who ever called her Maggie. And I said, Mommy, there's a man, and he's calling you Maggie. That's not your name. So, and I'd never been exposed. She never told anyone that.
So it's always been with you.
Always been there. Yeah.
So now, if you describe something like this to somebody who's in the crowd, do they just go to pieces, or what do they do?
Yes. Sometimes it can be very emotional. Exactly, Rob. It can be that ugly cry. Remember a situation where there was a father who lost a son, and the son was 7 or 8. There was a little boy I could see in spirit standing in front of him. And he said, please tell my daddy that I'm with him every day. And he doesn't believe. He's turned away. So when I drop the dimes in front of him as a sign, he just kicks them aside and says, that's not for my son. And that he played the song The River by Garth Brooks. He said, I play that song for my daddy on the radio all the time. My daddy will turn the station on, but he's not listening to me. He thinks I've died. My body's died, but I'm always with him.
That's freaky.
That is a little freaky. I got goosebumps there.
Right? And there's a choice. That dad has a choice that day to walk out of that group session and say, you know what? It's a bunch of baloney. Or he can say, you know what? It's opened my eyes. You're right, my son, that was his favorite song. Learned to play the guitar when he was 6. Played the guitar at the cancer hospital. Played the guitar at the IWK. Your choice when you leave that. Your choice coming in, whether you're going to be open, and your choice when you leave. I'm not there to change anyone. I'm just there to do what I do.
Now I'm going to get all weirded out whenever I find a dime on the ground. Well, thanks so much for chatting with us, Michelle. And yeah.
Have a great show on Saturday. Sounds like it's going to be awesome.
Thank you so much.